What's going on, you guys? It's been a long day today. Focus. I don't know, I just want to record a short video. Just got back from work. One of my restaurant jobs. And something's on my mind. I had some unfortunate news for some other, it's more of a personal thing, I don't want to get into it. But I think it started to make me kind of think differently. I mean, I've always thought this certain thing, but just it kind of brought it up again. And I don't really know how to even put it, but everything you go through makes you who you are today, you know? Everything you've gone through makes you, makes you who you are, you know? And whether that be good things or bad things or, well, that's all there is, right? But it all kind of has meaning in a way, you know? Obviously there's the whole everything has a meaning, blah, 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 you know? And it's true. But down to like every little thing, oh, this thing's so zoomed in, I don't do that shit. But it's just true, you know? Because I guess personally the way I see it is in this personal situation, I don't really want to get into it much, but it started months ago, back in like November or something. And before that I was completely different, even though that was only, 3 months ago? I was completely different of a person back then, and although it's been hard and it's been sucky some days, some weeks, mostly mornings are always hard. Just you'd be thinking a lot and shit. Or nights too. Not so much nights. But just, anyway, what I'm getting at is it shapes you in the way that you think and feel in life, or your outlook on everything, and your personality, or you're shaped by what goes on. And it seems like, obviously, no shit, you know. But you just can't look at bad things as, again, short term. You need to look at it in the long term. In the short term, it's gonna seem like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's bad, or you ask why, like, what does it mean, whatever. But if you kind of let things play out and just take it day by day, you look back and you see how much you grew from a certain perspective or a certain situation. And it almost makes you grateful for it, you know? Like, I'm grateful for, what I'm going through, even if it's even if it's a weird or really bad, like, hard at times. It's like you look back and you're like, oh shit, if this didn't happen, I might not be how I am right now. And so I'm grateful for it. So yeah, I don't know what I really wanted to get at, but just try to look at the good in general in life or whatever. And I know that's been said like a million fucking times before. But just, try to think, what does this mean? What am I being told in this, or what am I being pushed, what direction, or whatever. Just don't let it eat you up, because it's easy to let that fucking happen. Another thing I'll say, I guess just going throughout, because I got the news today, and it was kind of like, I took my break, my lunch, whatever, I kind of just walked around, and I just see, it says Valentine's Day, so it's like everyone's it's like a downtown, I work at like a downtown area, and seeing people just kind of walk around, walk by, eat out, whatever, they have like some music event or something. And, it's like, fuck, some people are just so like, in their own zone, in their own world, in terms of like, whether they be like, in a relationship, whatever, they're so just like in their own world. It's interesting, like they're just so tuned out of like everything else, and they're kind of in their own. I guess that's just how it's just like how I see it, But I also see people like, some people just don't give a fuck about, like, it's weird, like they'll be so like just angry at the fucking world. I don't know, like whether it be customers that are like getting food and they're always just so, or like people driving. Like I was waiting at this one to like go for like a crosswalk, and this guy like, I'm like trying to see if I'm supposed to go or he's gonna go because I don't want to like cut him off. Like I was crossing and he was like in a car, right, and he just looks at me and he goes, or he does like he goes like, what the fuck you doing? And I'm like, obviously it's like you don't take like it's just I just don't fucking get how I don't know. I'm just like I never want to put out. I don't know. I guess I just care so much about people in general, and I want every one of my actions to like reflect that. So I've always it's weird. I've always felt like just so strongly like that, you know, like I'm just it's weird. I don't know. I always as a kid even been like that, but it's just I don't. And there's this one time I don't know if I recorded a video or not, or like talking about it. This was a while back. I think this was in like fucking January or December. I don't even know. It was December. But I like was walking across like the Whole Foods parking lot. I was like walking and backing up into. I was like I was walking backwards. I was looking for my mom, and I bumped into this guy's car accidentally. And I turned around and I was like, oh shit. And I kind of like checked it out real quick. Not really, but I just like looked in, and because it was just a light bump, you know. And then I go to my car, and then he like comes out, and it's so funny because the guy was walking, and then we're parked horizontally, and I'm waiting at this car, and as he's coming up, he's like, he's like, I was like, he was coming up, and I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, that'd be so funny. That's his car. And then he starts unlocking it, and the thing, and I was like, fucking no way. And he looked at me, and he does like this face, and he's like, you just ran into my car, dude. He's like, you just hit my car. And I like kind of laughed it off, and I like apologized. 'Cause I thought he was like making a joke, and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't. And he like had like an angry, like a mad face, or like what the fuck. And then he got in the car, turned on and left, and I just sat there and just fucking stared at. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, dog, what is your fucking problem? I didn't fucking mean to run in your. Like, yeah, I guess I could have turned around and kind of like checked it out. I pumped into it and I turned around and left. But the nigga's is acting like I fucking ran full speed into his car with a hammer and fucking, it's like I didn't, it's just people are so, I don't know, not everyone's, there's some really cool people. Where I work, our customer base is so like, just genuine, some of them, you know, especially at night. Like just they're really nice and open, and you can tell people who have like, I don't know, feeling like just truly happy or in a relationship or just in general, like they're just there, you know, they don't let little things bother them. And then there's other people that are not that, you know, you can tell a lot about someone internally just based on the way they act or the way they put out their energy or whatever. But it's so true, like you cannot take that shit personally. Like the way someone reacts to you or treats you is not always a reflection of yourself, you know, it's a reflection of themselves, like internally. Now, can you do something bad that warrants that? Yeah, then it is your fault. But just in general, working in like retail and like restaurant, you start to, or at least I do, start to see that shit, and it's like, it's just true, you know. Everyone's just figuring their shit out, you know, every day. It's not, yeah. I don't know, I just want to do, yeah, comment on that. So it's February, or it's fucking Valentine's Day. Coachella's coming up soon. Looking forward to that for other reasons. I won't get into that, but yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Have a good night. Be happy.